Master, what format is best? Let me show you. Vintage is very powerful. Legacy too. Modern is strong. There's Standard. But the king of them all is Pauper.
How do you like that?
Hello, everybody. It's deluxeicoff coming at you from Saturday's Propaganda. Good to have you with us. Mind stepped old dreamer Stingo and Chimpskey is always in the house. Thank you for joining me nice and early. We're playing one of our favorites, Zero. Why do we call it that? Because there's a lot of zeros in this list, and it comes out screaming. Really fine-tuned this one. This isn't a serious deck, but it can look serious. It's one of those that can kind of catch you off guard and trick you into entering a league. Don't do it, but it's a lot of fun. One of those refresher decks. I like to play this one about, I don't know, every 8 or 9 months and such. So taking out a little bit of the card draw here to just go with ultra consistency of that opening turn. This is one of those weird decks you want to go second. I will probably forget that once or twice today as we go on. Anyway, we've got only 8 lands in this list, and I will preface this. I always put in the graphic the deck that needs no lands. It has lands, it doesn't need them. There are plenty of games you win without ever dropping a land. Alrighty, so as we go along, 4 seats, 4 bridges, that ends that. We've got 4 Lotus Petals, sorry, kind of requires it. We've got 4 Ornithopters, Walkers, Shield Spheres, which help with the drum, and 4 Welding Jar. Probably the most misunderstood card in the deck. A lot of people will waste a Galvanic Blast on a Myr Enforcer. You just trip this and he stays alive. All of these things really just kickstart the Springleaf Drum. We've got Cliffhaven Kitesail, which is a sleeper MVP in this list because once these guys get in real quick, all of a sudden the ground troops show up and then you make it fly and go. We can also erase the board with a Krark-Clan, and why waste him? Just give him some wings and he's safe from his own ability and technologies. We've got 4 Frogmites just for pure motivation of the artifact persuasion. 4 Thoughtcast coming in at 2 scales, all 4 teeth, the 3 Bastions and the 4 Myr. So hey, I will be there this Tuesday. My tenure in physical paper magic in LA has come to a temporary end. I'm going to go maybe once a month now, but actually this last one didn't fire. It was the first time we didn't have that, so that was a bummer. I should have stayed around and played Pauper Classic Tuesday. Anyway, we've got 3 Dispel on our sideboard just for catch-all shenanigans, 4 Hydroblast, and I am always screaming this card's awesomeness. I don't know why I'm not seeing it more. First turn these off, or if this deck does lose to anything, it ramps one of them, the old flyers that, 6/5 and such. I can wait till they attack, do this, or pay the extra if it's mid to late game and just tap them and get rid of them for the game. And then 4 Tormod's Crypt, which is on theme, and you can sometimes find room for these depending on your metagame main because of the 0 theme. But yeah, I swear I play this in fairies, my fairies build as well, over the bind the monster. I just save your life and keep going with that. Let's see how we do here. We might get a few quits today. I wouldn't be surprised just because the deck appears to be so goofy, especially we like to go second as well. By doing that, sometimes people auto concede the turn and then they're like, oh crap, I missed, never mind, I'll just quit, and so we run into that. Would I like to play first? No, this is what I'm talking about. So we'll go here. We've got a really good hand here. We'll keep it. We'll open up the yards, keep here. And I'll click slow because I actually don't want our opponent to miss their drops. All right, we got some aggression. Here we go. And because of this, I think I'll use my Ornithopter as the mana ramp here. We'll keep our shield back to block stuff as we go along. Drop here, play the sphere. Hey, look at this. We can already do stuff. We'll do this with blue. Cast our little guy, bring out another dude. We're close. This costs 2 more. Cancel. He'll be coming out next turn. 1 land keep. We don't want to see any more. We're already flooded thanks to the drum. But we got a nice ground support crew, and the Kitesail's in hand, so our Myr Enforcer will start shedding some pounds off that big round metallic belly of his. And we'll go from there. All right. Well, that's 3 damage that's not coming to our head. We'll say no to that. Kind of like this play. This dude will just block all day long until he doesn't want to, and then we just turn him into drum food. Woohoo! All right, well, there goes our plan to mitigate the attacks, but yeah, he should attack here. If you read closely, you can wear that thing down, but well, there goes our initial like kapow. Let's bring out this. We'll bring out another one of these. We'll bring out another one of these. Sure, we'll bring out this. Have we gotten there yet? We have not. Do I really want to make that thing fly, though? I almost want to wait on that, don't I? Hold on. What's this run now? 1. Sure, we'll do the thing. I'll block with that. There we go. Next turn, we'll fly over and smash. Early Thoughtcast really helping us power things through, and we've already saved 6 damage to our face. Oh, last week there was a pickleball tournament. You brought it up. I was trying not to. There was a pickleball tournament here in Southern California, and my wife and I, the last time we competed, we got second. And this time we were in first until the very last couple rounds, and we fell apart, and we got second again. So that's where I was. The next tournament will be on a Sunday, though, so it won't interfere with the show. Okay, so here's where we go with this. I'm very tempted to just do the Krark-Clan Shaman dance here. I'm only going to have to trip this for 2. But before we do that, let's bring this out. We'll bring out the Kitesail. We'll equip it here. Pretty obvious reason. Should I wait for him to overextend even more or just drop it now? Oh, all right. Well, that's easy. So we would have done this, wipe the board, rinse, repeat. Pretty good times. All right. I like this. I like this scale. Not going to do too much. I'll bring these out for 2 Hydroblasts. This is a deck where you're going to want to have all the Hydroblasts, so let's find room for them. The Welding Jar is definitely going to stay. I love Shield Sphere in this matchup. When you're running all 4 drums, Shield Sphere feels a lot better than it normally is. I guess we can lose a little bit of the aggro. I don't want to lose any of our fatties, so I'll get rid of the scale package here and just keep it the teeth for what they're intended for. RDW, just for lack of clarity. Let's go. The little engine that could. 1, 2, nothing else, no lands. We got to mulligan this, but we're on the draw, so mulligan. I think that Kitesail is very misunderstood. 1, 2, oh boy, mulligan here. Now we're getting into deep waters. All right, we'll keep this. It's actually a pretty good hand. I want to keep the drum. I want to keep everything. I guess we'll get rid of... You know what? Actually, against this list, I'll get rid of the Ornithopter. 2? Oh, no. That's right. Well, we've already got a drum. I don't need the Lotus Petal. I'll stay down here for all you true paupers out there. Hopefully, we'll have a game where I can justify that and we have a turn where you just don't need a land. I've had 2 test draws just this morning where I was like, yeah, I'd keep that, and it didn't have a land in it. Red's MO is attack early and often. Problem is, we get a lot of stuff out way too fast and early for them to really be too relevant. We'll bring out the Welding Jar first. Bring this out here. Drop this. Bring this dude out. We're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more thing and we should be good to go. Let's see. Yeah, we can't even do that. Always remember that blue has to be paid for. You can't use another Bastion Inventor to pay for it. It's weird that way. But yeah, that Kitesail along with Krark-Clan Shaman and the big fatties flying, it's pretty sweet. I dig it. It's nice to empty your hand on turn 1. All right. Oh, we don't really need that. I probably should have saved that, but we've got the drum. Drum's more important. We'll block. Now they know what we're up to. All right. Well, we've got a Hydroblast we can just sit on. This is when the deck kind of sucks, you know. You got that explosive, like, vomitous sort of first turn, and then you don't have any big bodies out, or they know what you're up to and they stultify you. You can be a little hurt for Rally at the Hornburg. Yeah, let's counter that. I'll just keep it. I'll counter that. No creatures for you. That's going to add up quick. All right, there's that dude. Obviously block here. Take 1. All right. His blocking days of big stuff are pretty over. So it's going to keep getting weaker and weaker. Drop this down. This is still going to cost too much. It'd be nice if Frogmite or something shows up. So we got that first game. This one looks to be a little bit harder. Here we go. Early on, artifact pain is very felt, but our numbers would be the same minus the jar here. All right, we'll still take one. Being careful that that one shield sphere is going to have a 3 toughness now, so it's very susceptible. A lot of these decks are running Lava Dart now, so the shield sphere might not be long for this world. Let's wait and see. Oh, they're doing that to that. I'd rather have the I'd rather have this out. Let's do that. I'll save it. Nope. Might be a big error if they've got a target for the drum, but I'd rather have, with this thing coming at me, I want some bodies here. Well, not what we need, but I can at least take out one of these fatties. Let's do it now. Chill out. Not the kind of hand you write home and brag about. We'll see if we can stay alive here. 2 cards to 1. We got blockers for days here. All right, well, we'll do this and this. We're at 14, still feeling pretty good. Usually this is a waste of time to kill these things, but right now, given our stultified beginning, this might not be the worst play. Shield Sphere living up to their name, that's for sure. And since I've switched my court shoes for typical ones, my Achilles injury is lighter every single day, and I barely feel it now. So I definitely think my Zero shoes were the culprit. My sports doctor was saying you need to introduce those, even though I'm barefoot a lot, he says you need to introduce those like 1 game at a time, then maybe 2, and then switch your shoes like literally in the middle of a game and stuff. So I'm going to try to keep that system going and hope for the best. Yeah, this Bastion Inventor is just a dead card in our hand right now. Hey, the Tooth is interesting. We can at least surprise them with killing the Epic here, but then we're done blocking for the rest of the game with our shield free. I think we're definitely losing this game unless they just draw lands here. Even so, we're at 9. They're doing it's almost like they know this deck. They're doing a very good job of attacking it at its weakest point here. We'll bring out the Tooth at instant speed. We'll make it bite, crunch. 1 less damage, 1 less artifact. There we go. Boop. Now if they do a chain lightning, we can actually fire back. Who was it? Will sent me that link about Utopia Sprawl being a little late to the party. If you have chain lightning on the stack, you must tap your mana in response and then pay for it. Because if you try to do it, I forget the rule shenanigans that happen. It's too late if you wait for it to ask you. Got to put it in your pool first. So thank you for that. All right, they're going to pull even. Hey, it's another bane of their existence. Hopefully we have another Tooth show up and we can take out that Goblin Tomb Raider. It has no right to be fighting, but so we've lost a jar, a seat, 2 spheres, and a walker. This is getting rough. I'm just going to do this because maybe he's got some sort of 1 damage to everything and they're going to misplay it. I'll forget that it took 1. Who knows? Good times. Got some rare rain here today. Rain in quotes. It's more sprinkling than anything else. Okay, I get it. I respect their plan. It's slow and prodding, but they will eventually get there. Let's draw 1 more card and then we'll quit. If we get like a Frogmite, we might still have a shot at this and they draw dead, but I don't want to put out a naked. Yeah, we're going to game 3 here, guys. Concede. Boink. Here we are. L. All right. Note to self. Watch out for those. Scale might actually be better here than the Tooth. Surprise factors. We still haven't shown our Krark-Clan Shaman tech, especially when you give him wings. It's awfully cool. Remember, he stays alive once he has flying, so that's a pretty neat little trick. And we did double or triple mulligan that game. I think it was double. No, we don't want to play first. It always feels weird against this style of list, but I'm going to keep this. It's awkward. It's pretty slow, but we've got Hydroblast backup for like the turn 2 Pirate King or whatever his name is. We will keep. We got a pretty unremarkable turn in Welding Jar Bridge. I keep my finger off the yield button on this one so that I can use that Welding Jar to better effect. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, this is looking better already. Do this, do this. Poor little man here. Can't do much. Next turn. This is when Kitesail gets a little frustrating when you need to use it as an accelerant rather than the jump on the Kitesail and just go flying for fun. All right. Nice to see Burning Tree Emissary show up again. Can't see how I can argue with that. Galblast, really? Huh. One damage. I'm not too concerned with that. Yeah, I'll save my Welding Jar because if I regenerate it, I still can't block. I'm fine with that. I'll save that for a. Hopefully, we just have some 0 stuff show up. We're drawing like all these big spells here. What's going on here? All right, there's another one. I guess we could play this. I really want to sacrifice it though. I'll play it. I'll keep the jar out. 2, 4. Getting close. 2, 4, 5. Double bridge showing up. All right. There's that. Take this out. I'll use the jar. Gotta lose something. Let's do it that way. Take 4. They lose their critter. All right, here we go. Well, this is really frustrating, huh? I'll bring this out just to do it. Say, yeah, it has flying now, but I'm going to sit back and wait on stuff. 2, 4. Little clunky beginning here. We're not the aggro here. I'm going to sit back and hold on Hydroblast. They only have 2 cards. Hopefully they play a land here and show us that they don't have much else. I think I have to let that go. I don't want to, because if they have a land, they can use the blood token, but I'm going to let it go. Galblast here really ruins our day. Good. See, I don't know why people do that. That was one of the worst plays, in my opinion. They could discard it to get a fresh new card, maybe find the Galblast. Instead, they played it, showed they were hellbent, and now they can't really attack. Block here. See what they're going to reveal. Searing Blaze. All right, well, they have played a land. They know the deck better than me. And Searing Blaze incoming. We'll be able to counter that thanks to our patient play. We'll say no to this. Target spell it's red. This saves us 3 life and a creature. Good times. All right, we got some more stuff. How much is this costing us now? 2. Sure, I'll just pay it. I'll start attacking now. Bring out the Kitesails next turn. Varric. Yes, I'm sitting inside of the Varric card my son designed. Getting excited. In November, there will be the new, what do you call Avatar Airbender set that's going to be coming out. So that's going to be really exciting for me. I really hope that set is like, I don't know, like the Lord of the Rings one where there's like a lot of good cards that everybody wants to play. Come on over. Let's go. I am not mad about this. Let's do this here. We'll pull this on to the Myr Enforcer. Gosh, I wish I had Vigilance. I can hit for 4. Do I want to? Got blockers there. Can do systematic blocks there. Yeah, we'll start the clock going here. Let's do that. We are at 12. I got to be a little wary. Coming around November-ish. Uh-oh, I don't like this. Oh boy, that's a lot of pain. Bye-bye all my good stuff. This might be pretty hard to recover from. Had we a Hydroblast, we'd be able to keep the Myr Enforcer alive or a Welding Jar, but we're hurting here. He really wants to get rid of that shield sphere, doesn't he? EOT, I guess? Strange, right? Yep, that works. Bye-bye, big fatty. Come on, there's the other. Gotcha. Bring this up. And I think it's better to make them think we're on some sort of anti-spell rather than give away all our mana for the Kitesail that just makes something fly for the sake of it. Here we go. We've got a lot of defense at this rate, 12 turns. Looking for a Bushwhacker. Yeah, the Krark-Clan Shaman's got to take off his glasses. Do the thing. Oh boy, this is going to be painful. All right. We will block here and here. I think it's worth losing a Thopter here. Take 4. Really need our Vidalcan dude to show up with Hexproof. Quite the roadblock. Not that. You know, in all honesty, I could get mad at my draws right now, but this is a tier 1 list. We're playing pretty janky stuff. We're 1-1. This is how this third game's supposed to go. This is just math working, so I'm not upset in the least. We'll go here and here. This is just inevitability showing up. Got super efficiency. I mean, our deck's really efficient too, but yeah, we're just going to get whittled to death here. We're still taking damage this turn, so I'm already going to write the L for this first round. Thanks to Gabriel for hanging around and not just running. It helps when you win game 1. Then somebody can't be like, oh, that deck's jank. It's like, well, then why did it win? Very draw dependent. Pretty flooded this game, but yeah, all it's going to take. We're really representing Hydroblast here, but we all know I don't got it. We'll do this and this. Let's go down to 2. Probably dead this turn. We've got 2 cards in hand and quite a bit of removal in yard. Not a big fan of this shark shooting some little. That just has no place in the Magic universe, in my opinion. I would straight up fire somebody who turned that in if I was art director. Be like, you do not get it. All right, we lose. Fun, explosive game 1, but the next 2 showed the flaws in the design as we go along and jump on in. These are very fast shows, usually with 0. We either win right away or we drip loss. Yeah, good times. So yeah, I'm going to be updating quite a few of our standard stuff, like Lovecraft used to be a really big fan, like Mindstab, and we did a sunscreen little spoof, real quick little thing for him and stuff. So I think I might change it to Mindstab now, just because got to honor the people that are here now. And one of the other things that I'm getting upset about is like I keep doing these commercial. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a scale 6, but we don't have really anything else. We got to mulligan this. If there was a Myr Enforcer there, I might keep that hand. 2, 3. I think I might keep this one. We'll just go crazy here. I do have a drum. I'd much rather do this though. Done here. Chancy play, but I'm going to be slowly updating stuff. But like we just did the Brood Scale commercial, right? And then it gets banned. And then we did Arkham's Astrolabe and it got banned. And so it gets frustrating as you spend so much time building these commercials. And I know, Brood Scale's combo is going to be known for another year or 2. And then in about 3 or 4 years, you're going to have a lot of players. Soon it's going to be 50%, then 80 that are like, wait, I don't get it. What card is that? It's like, you jerks. All right. We're hurting here. We just need 1 mana to show up or a Lotus Petal to get out a drum. Then we can turn our sphere on and draw some cards and Thoughtcast and stuff. But oops, can't do that yet. Hold on. But we will, I promise. Bring this out. I've been actually seeing a little bit of the old school burn coming back here and there. And it looks like we're up against it right now. We do have a jar out to keep our Frogmite alive. Hopefully we have a better Vomitous turn in the future games coming up, because that's what this deck is so fun at doing, going second and then just emptying your hand and drawing cards. Good times. More like give me a shark with a water gun and then it shoots smoke out. That's just cringy city. Oh man, I hope I draw Tooth. That'd be a nice way to get rid of Kessig here. No soup for me. This is over. I want to see if he thinks there might be a trick here. This tells me a lot about the player. Cautious sword, eh? Burn's not your in your DNA, I can tell. A real burn player blocks there. Yeah. Got these new experimental hydration tablets that I heard on a podcast with Lex Friedman about everything from inflammation to antioxidants and free radicals. Probably a bunch of snake oil crap, but I'm going to give it a try for 30 days and see how I feel. I guess because of the podcast, there was just this huge lull in the supply chain, so they were about 2 weeks late coming. If you're curious about which one that is. All right, where's this pointed at? Myself. All right. Too bad I'm not an artifact. Regenerate yourself. I wonder in the future lore of Magic if there's ever going to be something like that where it's like you are a creature and an artifact. That would cause quite a headache with some stuff. We've got a whole lot of nothing going on here. We just need one thing to show up, and that thing is a mana source. Could be in Lotus Petal or a land. Would really go off if that happens, but I think they're going to block here. I remember Form of Dragon. Now he realizes that 2 life was for nothing. There's another version of this I made with kobolds and Meeting of the Minds and even Shared Discovery. And it used just the go wide mechanic to, I forget, yeah, it was Rally the Peasants is in there too and stuff. So, oh boy. Any direct damage is +3 now. This is brutal. I don't know about Belligerent Hatchling. I think I'm just going to go away here. We whiffed big time there. I don't want to show him much more of the deck. I'm just going to write down burn on that one, not RDW. That one looks to be that variant. I'll bring these in, and that's about it. Frogmite's not going to be as good. I think I can get rid of some scales, maybe a shaman, maybe, yeah, we'll just keep it to 2 shaman here. Let's go like that. Golgotha Rebirth is no more, so shaman gets a little worse, but still a damn good card, especially when you give it a couple of wings on its back. We'll say no to this. It's always frustrating giving red the jump start, which is somewhere they want to be, but this is a really good opener. Little flooded. We'll keep. Way better than last game. Might even be able to activate the shaman and wipe out multiple Kessigs. We shall see. Same as last game. Pow. Take one of the face. Alrighty. I'd like to be able to counter a Kessig here. Let me just lead off with this. We'll bring this out. I'll keep the Tooth back in case they run into it with something and try to wear it down. Then we can at least kill like a little Clockwork Man or whatnot. That Tooth is free at the moment. Really like this mechanic. What's the deal with Chiss-Goria? Who knows about that? All right, we'll take that. We're going to try to save this for permanence unless we're in the single digits. All right, we'll just get this out just to cause confusion. Make them feel a little tentative about doing stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I can do that. Right now, this will cost 3, right? So if I play this out, yeah, I'll bring this dude out, and then we'll have backup if we have to, like, you know, some sort of smash to smithereens backup and whatnot. I'll do that. Right now, I got him on a 4-turn clock. Play that bridge. Okay, still going to the face. Kind of where we were last game, the equivalent being stuck at 1 mana. And now we've got like access to 4 mana this turn. This is ridiculous. first things first, let's do this and see what we can see. There's no reason to really bring this out right now. Kind of no reason not to, though, because we've got the drum here. Let's do this. Now we don't have to crack the petal. We'll play this. We'll attack here. Make it hit for 4. I mean 5. It already hits for 4, you idiot. All right, so we've got Hydroblast back up courtesy of the Sphere. Could drop Shaman here, but I'd rather him overextend and pay the price. We don't really need these lands at this point. Chiss-Goria is an ancient, particularly nasty furnace dragon of Mirrodin, says Chimpskey. Courtesy of Wiki Bear, I like that. Reckless Impulse. We shall let this happen. Smash to smithereens will be no more next turn. I'll be at 10 life, though. Come on, something good. Well, I'll just give this flying now. Could put it on the Krark-Clan Shaman, but I can still do that anytime I want. I'll do the thing here. Pow. And if an artifact comes out that costs 0 and gives something like Vigilance, that'd be pretty sweet for this list. It definitely runs into that we've already seen so far, game 1. It's like, we really need to kind of hang back and not do anything. Hey, Mtmentat's in the house. First time in a long while. You are correct. We're playing one of our old classics, 0. Modified for the meta game. Every about 8 months, I dust this off and see how badly we can lose. 3/2's a successful outing for a deck like this, especially against 2 red decks as our first 2 opponents. And they're hitting us with that in rebuttal. Okay. Our guy stays alive. They got 2 turns. I will be bringing out Clarky here, hoping for the best. Not right now. Let's do this. Give me some Hydroblast. Cool. We'll do this. I'll bring this out just for the intimidation value. Put this on here. Attack. Thank you for that, Chimpskey. Woo. Getting into the crypto world with one of my entrepreneurial friends. Got a really interesting endeavor we're going after. Aimed for the 4th of July. More on that as the weeks progress. Because I'm pretty ignorant on that stuff. But I'm learning a lot. Let's see. Is our Myr Enforcer dead? We'll let this go. Should I let it go? That's 2 cards. I'm going to kill it. I don't want any hope here. 1 mana. There's no artifacts out. Our Myr Enforcer should be able to go all the way here. No soup for you. Sorry, we were just watching the Seinfeld Soup Nazi episode. My son was really cracking up at it, so that's fresh on my mind. Yep. Okay. The Scale, they weren't going after our stuff. I'm not loving the Shaman in this matchup. 1's enough. We've got the Hydroblast for it. Felt like it was just taking up a spot there. So let's try this out. We counted the Wrens. Wrens to the ends. We're going to a game 3 each time, so that gives you a little hope here. All right, 1, 2, 3, and nothing else. We've got the mulligan. Hopefully our opponent does too. This is good. A little too many lands, but we'll keep it. Get rid of a land. Yeah. Done. Not much to do, though. Probably a little... Oh, for the first time, we don't take 3 to the face. All right. I think I'm going to lean on this. Bring out a drum. Guess this. We could play Kitesail here. Gonna wait on it. I can at least hit for 1 a turn. I mean, how enthusiastic is that, right? Oh boy, sign me up. Can I do 1 a turn? Don't be a Kessig, please. We don't mind this at all, really. It does slow our tempo, but the Springleaf Drums really should be the target here. Yeah, we'll let that go. We do take 3, though. Argument for leading with the bridge. Could be a thing there. I'll bring this out. Bring this out. I could give the Ornithopter super ozone layer protection, but we'll just do this here. Against red, you definitely want to attack with Thopters and keep those walkers on the ground for, 2 toughness, 2 powered hasted critters that come your way. You got an option there. Woo! Spring roll drum do. Gives you a little nutrition boost. That's what I'd say. All right, Alchemist showing up. Come on, let's get a Thoughtcast here into like double Hydro. Let's just get really unfair. Come on, let's go. All right. Yeah, we can power this dude out. Pay this. Then we do the improvised dance. Being real careful to do this. Got a nice 4/4. Hexproof. Might get there because we can hit for 5 a turn, similar to the last game. Just depends how many, multipliers they've got in their hand. 5 cards, now 6. Don't want to see a Kessig show up here. This is pretty good news. Suggests that they're mana screwed and they don't have anything other than the Alchemist online. Tap and untap creature, create a food. All right. Got to stay very relevant to this chain lightning effect so we can take out their own guys because we have the mana to pay for it in the drum. Say nope. Ooh, getting dire quick. Another 4 damage. Might not even need to use the Kitesail. Maybe sit back. Use it for another chain lightning effect here. If he wants to trade, I doubt he does. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold back on the Kitesail here. So if he wants to trade, I am a big fan of that choice. Let's go. Does the Alchemist die or not? We'll go here. Getting in for 5. Don't like our odds here. Another chain lightning is going to be fun. We'll be able to zap this. Depending on if he drops a mountain, we might take it anyways, right? Pizza. Oh God, I hope pizza's not a creature type in the future. Obviously, food type would be good. Uh-oh, chain lightning prediction might be coming true here. That would be brutal. That'd be suicide, actually. He activates the Alchemist, does that. We copy it. He copies it again. Crunch. Well, this suggests that isn't what's happening. All right. Chain lightning here, I would do it. Thinking he's going to untap. And Pizza the Hut. Yep. Skewer the critics. We are dead, people. They have to have like land, and 2 more lands there to just even represent some sort of threat here. We do have 4 Hydroblasts somewhere in here. Just wasn't quick enough to get them here. Similar to the first game, we're winning 1 out of 3. That is not enough. So superior to the Alchemist in this scenario. Just does the damage. Doesn't even need to be tapped. It's like, what? What you got? We'll get him to single digits. Make it at least respectable here. Woo! Pizza balla. Well, we can do 6. Let's attack again. Attack, attack. I heard the funniest joke on AM radio, but I don't about the Pope, but I don't want to offend anybody because it's a worldwide audience. So, man, it made me laugh. Coming over for 6. What are you going to do about it? I got 1 card, and it's a double Hydroblast. Wink, wink. Like a Lava Dart kills us here. Radio's a thing. Yeah, sometimes I drive around and listen to it. And dead. We are starting slowly today. Mountains seem to be a thing against us. We will concede. We haven't had any quitters, though, so that's good. Wonder what our next few were. Oh, it's not even... Oh, that would have helped a lot. All right. Right on the edge there. Win, loss, loss, or loss, win, loss. So, like I said at the beginning, this Not this is not a 5-0 list. This is just a neat experiment as the decks come out and things get cheaper and cheaper. This will eventually be the new look of Affinity in maybe 10 years. No. I'll say no to that. We've got a good hand here. We'll keep. This is a really good hand. Into a crank. I'm not even sure what a crank means. We'll keep here. Pepperoni Brute. Nice one. All right. Here comes the puke hand. Watch carefully, everybody, as we show you what is possible when you play 0. Boop. Boop. Sometimes people write, is this real? It's like, it's a real list. There's a nice puke hand. Good luck. $12 land. Yeah, baby. Bad news is we don't know what we're up against. It's probably Gardens, I would say. Shaman's not going to be that great against Gardens. They might have a big fat fatty. I'm just going to bring in one Subjugation and see. That can be the drawback of winning like that. And I highly recommend, if you can't win from that position, don't show the rest of your deck. All I know is that he's got a Garden in there, so could be one of about 30 decks. I know, with a hand like that, yeah, you just run over everybody. Probably in almost any format with that kind of a draw. But yeah, I used to run preordains in this just to kind of get out of those dead mid-game draws. And I'm not saying that's a bad idea. Just wanted to lean more on the flexibility of the drum and needed more creatures and defense, so this shield sphere was ideal. Comes and goes with the metagame, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can almost cast this for free, but we can't. We got to ship this. Mulligan. We like this. A lot slower, though. This is like molasses, but then we can kind of kickstart out of it. We'll keep. I'm going to get rid of the Shaman. Do that. Little Queen reference in the chat. Alrighty. Now, see, I could just Weakstone subjugate that land right now. Might be the play. Bring this out. I think I might want to do that. Only problem is if he's got some sort of like Rakdos or like, you know, some sort of bounce shenanigans. But so the second this taps, it's just going to stay locked. So it's kind of like first turn land destruction. Hey, Fernan MTG's in the house. Good to have you with us. First time chatter. Playing a very experimental deck here. 0. Most of the deck costs 0. Even the ones that say 7 end up being 0. Don't have to worry about Deadly Dispute here. Oh yeah, I love the Sitark. Yeah, it's such a great card. I have tried it. I've even tried the, there's a Improviser 3/3 artifact, but I think it improvises for 5. It's just such a, just doesn't go anywhere. I don't like it. So Black Gardens it is. And now he's down 1 land. But they might be able to sacrifice it with another spell here. Ugh, this doesn't feel good yet, does it? A few turns away from that. I always like to click on it and just make sure. It's like, all right. All right. Stumbling badly here. Thoughtcast would have really accelerated us here, but our opponent was quick to the cause with Cast Down, which really hindered our... Yeah, that's the one. Highly don't recommend playing that, but... So see, we're keeping them... It's blue land destruction, everybody. Rest of the game. I mean, yeah, they could have like a reckless bargain, but they've hindered us. We've hindered them. Here we go. Come on, come on. Anything that's 0. That's like the one thing I don't want it to be, right? Because now I have to wait yet another turn to activate Thoughtcast. All right, well. Double head. What is that avatar? Let's see. Overlord of the Baelmerk. Pretty cool. Are they sacrificing the Weakstone? Nope, they're just getting more land. This does look to be Black Gardens, which is what I called, but what do we have here? Viscerator's Insight. All right. Knew that was eventually going to happen. Still down a land. We have 4 artifacts out. Soon to be more. Come on now. Let's go. Let's power this out. Just give me some zeros here. Another 0. Frustration. We've got this later. 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably going to have to use that Welding Jar just to keep Frogmite alive. Not sure if it's going to be worthy of that or not. Not much else showing up here. Do like seeing the Kitesail, but I'd rather have my Myr Enforcers already out. I tried out for this creative director position for the this Pickleheads app. It's like the how you find courts and stuff in pickleball and stuff, and it was like this perfect position. So part of their application process was, hey, you have to submit a video talking about, your experience, blah, blah, blah. So I was happy to do that, fire it up right after propaganda, did the video, made it unlisted, which means for you non-YouTubers out there, or creators anyway, you have to have the link to view it. And so I sent them the thing and waited. 2 weeks go by, I sent them a thing, hey, my video still hasn't been seen, what's going on? And, oh, sorry, yeah, we're really backed up, blah, blah, blah. 2 or 3 more weeks go by, and you don't want to be a mosquito. I don't want to sound like some little nag or something. And then I was finally like, hey, still hasn't been seen. What's going on there? And then it's just like, oh yeah, position's been filled. And I go to the videos and it's like views 0. And I'm like, well, that was really fair. They didn't even watch it. So I was pretty bummed out about that. We'll run into this plant token. Hopefully they sacrifice it. It's probably going to get incited. Reckner's Bargain or whatever they're running these days. So yeah, that was pretty disheartening just because, I'm a video editor, but making a video is no small feat. You do like 3 or 4 takes and it's just really frustrating. That's all. 0. Nicely said, Chimpskey. Yeah, because of the 0 views my video got. I like that. Yeah, it's just you'd like to think the world is a lot fairer place, right? You kind of go all in with something like that. And, applying for a job is no small feat. You usually spend a good 40 minutes on an application if you tailor your resume and then, do a custom cover letter and you blink and 45 minutes goes by and hopefully you get there. Packdoll Terror making a showing. Boy, if that had some sort of affinity mechanic to it, that would be in here for sure. We're going to fly right over the top of that. I think I'm going to put it on the Frogmite just so I can do the maximum damage here and make him ask the big question of the pack doll here. We'll do this on the Frogmite. If he wants to trade with the other ones, that's fine. Here we go. Got Welding Jar, so got to tread lightly. And this creature or another creature you control enters. Good. Okay. That's very true, Kasingi. That's this is like my 3rd round in like 6 years. I've had a job for like 2 years and then I lose it, whether pandemic or layoffs or whatnot. And so I'm getting very familiar with that. But yeah, it is kind of a 3 to 4 hours a day of just slogging. And you wake up to just an inbox of rejections. Yeah, I have a resume for if I know a person's going to see it or a AI bot, or it's just so many little, don't mean to sound down. It's just, it is quite a slog. And God, I'm going on like 7 months now. It's just terrible. I wish I could enjoy it and feel, go into loser mode, but I just feel so guilty for not having one. Enough about that. Back to Pauper. Oh boy, look at this. Exile. So we're not going to use our Welding Jar here. Main deck, Troublemaker. Nope, never mind. We won the first game. This is not main deck. Yep. So that's an exile, so be real careful here. This only works against damage, so I'll let that go. And now he's at 10 life. I think we're going to have to use our Kitesail on the Myr Enforcer. Otherwise, they'll just double block. Well, no, I could just crash in here, and then I can use Welding Jar on it and get rid of the Pactol Terror. That is gently keeping him alive. Ooh. That will do extra there. So let's keep the plan as it was. We'll just attack here. We do have Welding Jar for combat damage. Yeah, Iso, you said a lot there. A lot of people, my brother included, have said that when they're applying for stuff, a lot of times they have to just put it out there to save face and just legally, like they already have a candidate. And so there's yet another, version of that where it's just like, oh my goodness, it just gets so like frustrating, right? All right, what sort of shenanigans are happening here? Oh, let's see. Lifelink and Death Touch. Well, this will save that. Let's do that. We're only going to do 5 damage here. What happened there? Oh, okay. Gotcha. He was hoping to trade. No soup for you. But yeah, I'm looking so forward to that Avatar set coming up. What's the one between it? There's one that comes out like now till like June, July. And then the real fireworks begin. Now he'll spell bomb. Not going to do too much here. God, I hope it's not Spider-Man. Pactol Terror, very good at slowly staying alive, and then you look down, you haven't been attacked, and you're in single digits. I do love this new metagame where 4 mana permanents are like a thing in very good decks. So, I mean, this did win Paupergeddon. A version of this. I don't know if it's the same one or not. I haven't seen the list that recently. Alrighty, we're going in for the Flying Enforcer here, but Cast Down is being represented. I don't know why they don't do it now. It's like they're waiting for me to draw another Welding Jar. This one doesn't have that stipulation, does it? Yeah. Welding Jar still works. And we can use our Ornithopter to good measure. I'll bring this out. We're going to equip this onto this. I'll attack with this in the Ornithopter, so I'm guaranteed to get in for at least a little bit. I want to divvy up the damage so that I at least do some damage here. Come on, Welding Jar. Final Fantasy, then Spider-Man, then Airbender. My goodness. Yeah. So that's why you don't want to put all your eggs in a basket. Bloop, do that. Probably, if I had a time machine, I would have waited for the other Myr Enforcer, because then I could have just played it and the Kitesail would have attached to it automatically. Well, we do one. We'll get another mana source. We'll be able to let that Myr Enforcer fly. Otherwise, that Pactol Terror is a little too large. This is getting interesting. Note to self, probably going to lose the Weakstone Subjugation. I only brought in the one. It did its job. Slowed him up. They were at like 7 or 8 life there. But this Pactol Terror is coming back with a vengeance. Oh, he explored. That's what the counter's for. Mind step to answer the question. Uh-oh, this game's getting grim quick. All of a sudden, we're tied. They haven't even attacked. I love those kind of decks. Come on, Thoughtcast. Land Petal. No. This doesn't feel winnable here. I'll bring this out just to do it. We'll fly over with a Thopter. Do a measly 1 damage. So impressive. Said no one ever. Troublemaker. Oof. So Krark-Clan Shaman's not going to be that great here. Plant token's not that Probably Dispel might be the best option against this deck, both for removal and their draw abilities here. Troublemaker? Oof! Echo Wellspring. Come on, you got to play the good art one with the Da Vinci looking things. So if this deck does like it's done in the past, we should have 2 to 3 wins. Right now we're 0-2. They've been 2-1 losses. Or 1-2 losses, I should say. Yep, this is getting grim quick. There goes our heaviest hitter if they're going to go after the Myr Enforcer here. It's kind of our only out, and it wasn't that much of one. I mean, any artifact brings back half their life just like that, and creature. Yep. All right, let's just, there's no coming back from that. We'll say L. Be nice if we can 2-0 a match, but usually it doesn't work that way with this list. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, darn it. All right. Let's create. We did win the first game, opponent. It can't be that janky. We caught you off guard. That was a dream hand, though. Put a question mark there. And we go to round 4. Yes. Oh, no. I said yes. Darn it. I didn't mean to. We'll keep, though. It's supposed to go second. Supposed to go second. I know. Where is Grogberg? I'm going to have to sue his name for slander. Ricky Buckets. Don't think I've ever seen this player before. I'm not good at remembering names except when it's online. It's more of a pattern thing. All right. Well, I'm just going to lean on the drum here, pass the turn. We hope they're going wide here with this hand, right? Another 0 card. We could power out some Frogmites and company. Finally, it's not a red list. Looks like some sort of Horsehov shenanigans. We'll do this to this to this. Then we'll do this for free. Then we'll cast Thoughtcast here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hey, let's go. Ovenize. That's right. Play this out. We're done. All right, we're very flooded now. We're almost no lands in this list. Now we've got access to like 4 next turn on turn. What's that? 3. Cool. I can at least attack into that. Silica, slow rolling. Good times. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's bring out the drum. Go and get you some. Bring this out. I'm going to bring this out since we have another one. There's some sort of edict shenanigans going on here. Might encourage a block here. It's a weird list, Mr. Grinch. Let's kind of wish I had a, what do you call, Welding Jar here. This feels like a cast down turn. Yep. Farbrush Familiar is incoming. Not yet. All right. I do want to bring in the stone here. We have seen Basilica, though, so maybe not. Don't really have much artifact hate here. Sure, we'll just attack. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was kind of my thought process there, Minds Debbie. Boop. I got some heavy hitters showing up. Let's go. Maybe should have attacked with Krark-Clan Shaman there. Try to get in another free 4 damage. I might do that this turn since we have an extra one. Okay. Of course, Skyfisher. Probably the the Inspector, I'd imagine, right? Nope. Guess not. And the Glinthawk showing up. All right. Shaman's not that good in this matchup. Come on. I want to Thoughtcast into Welding Jar. So I've got some trick to keep our Myr Enforcers alive when they double block. As it sits, I think I'm just going to all-out attack if nothing improves. Cool. Let's attack. Shall we? We shall. Attack! Whoa! Alrighty. Yeah, I'll trade off a Skyfisher for sure. Cool. They do 5. Got 1 creature left. They're probably just sitting on a bunch of Tithing Blades. Which is good news for me. Bring this out. Keep our mystery card back. There is no reason to do that. Tithing Blade here. I don't know what. We get rid of Shield Sphere maybe. Jaboozy's here. You are late. You must do 20 push-ups. Do we have too much aggro here for them to deal with? Limbus suggests yes. As they're looking to draw a card. Are they finding that cast down? We shall see. Jaboozy's in the jacuzzi. There's the familiar showing up. Oh, better than drawing a card. We discard something we don't really need. What is this? Another Skyfisher shenanigans? Good news is we just run at this. There's no black mana. No black mana. Okay, we'll attack with everything. In case they've got Celestial Flare. Sacrifice an attacker. I think it's Exile, isn't it? What's that double white one? Tough block, Celestial Flare, yeah. Sacrifice. Okay, for some reason I thought it was Exile. I'm actually glad I was wrong. Whoa. They got a way to deal with the artifact. They're gaining 3. They got no critters left. There's not much to do here. There's no reason to show this land, especially with a familiar showing up here. It's gone to the Affinity Dark Side. This is our 0 list. Usually does pretty decent here. All right, off we go. Limbus showing up, keeping them just alive, chewing at crumbs on the ground. I was just feeding the crows outside some bread. Usually don't give them bread. It's usually peanuts, but I like that. What's up, Stabby? Here we go. More blockers probably there, but I can still represent the lethal there. Is Krark-Clan going to get there? That does nothing. Coming into play, tap lands are really hurting Ricky Buckets here. All right, yep. We just attack with everything and win. Orzhov. Now, we don't really have much on the way of that. Let me bring in Subjugation. We're not really worried about the scales. Maybe not even a tooth. Oh, these guys got to go. That's right. Maybe a Dispel. I like this. Boop. Let's go. These will be hit or miss this turn. Just there for complete tempo. If I can, if they don't hit their little Basilica, I can. They're already, everything's coming into play tapped. I might as well keep it tapped forever, right? Turn 1 if we have a slow draw here. Krark-Clan Shaman's, even though attacking with it won the game, it's not going to do much against that list. Wow, we're really flooded here. 1, 2, 3. We'll keep it though. I probably got dust to dust and such, so without a drum out. Yeah, of course, Skyfish. That's true. Maybe I should, I'll make a little note if we go to a game 3. Maybe get rid of that and just go in with Dispels for cast downs and stuff. I was getting a little too cutesy, probably. You're right. First turn, Frogmite's probably better than a bridge pull here. Let's try that out. I mean, we're going to have our Bastion Inventor showing up here pretty quickly. By that, I mean now? No, almost. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I should have played. That was a punt. Should have played this because we have turn 2 Inventor. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cost them all. Never mind. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me do something real quick. This is here. 5 is that. Oh no, because I have to sacrifice it. It used to be a weird little trick where I could pull that off, but not this time. Darn it. All right. Yeah, since we didn't use that mana, that was a bad move. Could have had a second turn Inventor, and that's with all these 0 costing things. They might not even have their blades anymore if they did have them, because we have just so much cannon fodder to sacrifice to. It's pretty good odds the Bastion Inventor will get there. Okay, we'll do this. Play this because we might as well. We'll do this for the blue. Boop. Now, very carefully, pay 1 here. Then 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloop. There's an Inventor. Woo! Now we just want Thoughtcast into Kitesail, and we should be smooth sailing unless a lot of Skyfishers show up and clog the airways. We won the first game. Let's see if we can continue this trend. This should already be attacking because of my punt. Kept hearing good things about Apple TV's Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn. I don't see it. I started watching about half the first episode, and it felt like a college production. Just the writing, the directing, editing, it was all like done by too many different people with too many different hats on. It felt very forced. So apologies if you like it. I don't recommend it. Well, let's do this. I'll keep the bridge in our hand. Common theme here at Propaganda. Keep your opponent guessing. There's no reason to play this. They dust to dust. They might take their whole turn to dust to dust thinking it's going to set us back when in fact we have too many lands right now. So only doing 2 here. And plus they might have a familiar and then we can just get it instead of letting them progress. I always laugh at that total punt count. I'm like, after 10 years, 81? I'm like, oh, I'll take it. I'm sure that's inaccurate, but for the sake of the show and my fragile ego, especially lately, we'll go with that. Yeah, 200 maybe. Yeah, that's about right. Let's see, 10 years. How is that? 52. Probably more like about 400. It's usually about 1 a show. All right, here we go. Back comes Omen. This is going to be a chore. Okay, Tormod's Crypt it is. Tormod it is. If we get to game 3, 81 kilopunts. No more, please. Let's attack here. Frustrating. All right, Novice Inspector go bye-bye. He's just going to keep bringing it back. Oh, interesting. Core goes bye-bye. All right. That's an interesting choice. Given I only have an Ornithopter, I think I would have sacrificed. I don't know what's in their hand, though, so could be the right move. We'll see. My gosh, only 1 more game after this. Been a fast show. Forgot 0 gets there pretty quick. Here we go. One of the cooler combos in Pauper. Just slow and prodding. Not like the old days of flame jabbing your opponent to death, and or excuse me, death sparking them. I wish they'd bring back mechanics like Death Spark. Such a great card. Similar to like Brute Squad and the Tooth of Chiss-Goria style stuff where you're like, it's not that much of a card, but then you realize, oh, it's actually won me the last 4 out of 5 games just by those little incremental bits of damage. And Death Spark's a lot like that too. Combat trick? Nope. Dead creature. It's a very blue feeling card in a red shell. We like this. I'm going to go to the next game even though we're up. Don't feel like we can win this one. We get a flyer. He still blocks. I don't have any way to turn off his graveyard. So I'm going to save about 10 minutes here. Give him that one. Just a misunderstanding is all. Bring this in. Bye-bye subjugations. And maybe 1 more Dispel. I don't want to go 3. Welding Jar is good. All these things are good. I guess we'll lose a... Tooth is such a good combat trick. Kitesail's value is a little less. I'll bring out one Kitesail just because I have so many flyers. Del Figura, yeah, it can be. It's kind of a reverse time walk. It's like you just take a whole turn and turn everybody and, you know, go to sleep. I'll say no on this. Deck likes to go second. I've seen better. I've seen worse. 1, 2. We'll keep it. Yield here. Don't even need the red in this because all of our shamans are in the yard. Okay. I'm going to get a Kitesail out of this deal. That's pretty funny. Wah wah. There's only 2 left, though. All right. Ooh, we could do that to that to that to that. Yeah, let's lean on this. If I do this, play that. So I could bring out Kitesail, and I'm gonna slow roll this. I could be attacking with Frogmite next turn, but I'm gonna chill out here. Just get everything right. Myr Enforcers should not be able to fly. Just look at them. Those Tubbalubs. Yeah, what would the card name Punt actually do? That'd be a trip. All right, so 1 Basilica's out. Not that I even have to worry about that anymore. That was last game when I had Subjugation. All right, should have listened to the chat. Sideboarded a bit slower there. Okay, we'll bring out a creature. I guess we could bring out a Tooth and attack for 1, right? What does this cost? 2? Is that worth the tempo? Sure. We'll just bring out this dude. And we'll attack for 1. Could have done that in either order. Let's attack. It's only got 19 turns left, you sucker. Creature. It was somebody with another heavy accent the other day on some YouTube video my son was watching, and we had another bout of that creature language. Bye-bye, Frogmite. Been nice knowing you. Some sort of... Oh, man, come on. There's all our good stuff. Where is our welding jar when we need it? It's time to feature the creature for the teacher. Hey, mind stab with everything today. Woo! Here we go. Let's attack. I think I should probably play the Kitesail here. We've seen Duress already. Let's play the Kitesail. This will trade with a Skyfisher as it sits. We've got enough mana to just play another Enforcer or whatnot and then just activate Kitesail if we need to. Again, it's not that great in this matchup. There's only 1 left in our deck. We decided 1 out. We got Duress with the other one. 1 active is all we need. It's working out all right. Let's go. I swear, Frogmite demands a better opponent than a Therian Inspector. Down he goes. Oh, Grimbauble going to take care of our tech here. Smack. Shows you the power of just that consistency, right? We've got so much cannon fodder, and Grimbauble cast down. Now, all of a sudden, Tithing Blades look like a problem. No. Keep it out. We got nothing, folks. We're going to lose every game 2-1 today. It might be. It's actually New Zealand ESO mixed with a little bit of English, but or British, I should say, British accent. And then you go back to Mythbusters when he said ninja, but that was just a mispronouncing American with the mustache that got in the way. That's what started it all. We were playing ninjas that a couple of years ago, and that came up. And then if you watch the behind the scenes of Lord of the Rings, available for free on YouTube, you used to have the DVD, double DVD set and everything. But it's funny, this one, I forget what his production designer or something. He was one of the higher ups, and he's just got a very over the top voice. And when you're not used to it, it is a trip. All right, we'll bring out our defense here. We have lost. We have to have like nothing, and we've got to get our Inventor out right away. Really need Inventor. Maybe Thoughtcast into Inventor would still save us here. Dust to Dust could take out both of our mana sources. Yeah, pretty great play. Welding Jar would do nothing there. If we do go 0-5, it will be encompassing of the kind of week that I've had in my personal life. Been a tough one. I'm here for you. We're going to keep on popping. Woo! Through sheer force of will. Let's go. All right. I'm going to play this because it's actually pretty valuable. If they do have Dust to Dust and they wipe this out, we still have hope. But we're getting picked apart by the pelican in the sky. Actually, that's a horrible reference. Pelican would never pick anything. It scoops. Apologies to all you ornithologists. All right, here we go. They have drawn a card via the familiar. They've drawn another card. This is getting ugly. I need Dust Corona. And my Krark-Clan Shaman back. That'd be hilarious. Why do I know the card Dust Corona? Nobody has ever played it. Why did that jump to the front of my brain? These and more mysteries will be discovered in the weeks to come on Propaganda. We have lost. Let's hope they scoop like a pelican. Yeah, well said there, Dreamer's Tango. We're drawing all of our relevant fodder that's great in your opening hand and crap later. That's why a lot of times I play Preordain in this so I can scoop those sorts of things away. As we take 6. Oh, I had the card wrong. I think there's a red card that says all creatures lose flying. Oh, is that the storm one? Yeah, there's a storm card in red that all creatures lose flying, I believe. Yeah, this is over. We'll let them have it as we see if we can pick off one win, because we have narrowly lost every one of our games. If deck's going to do it, it's probably this one. Well, let's go. Yeah, not white out. It's a red card. I think it has storm. No, it's a pauper card. Pretty sure. Updates. Already talked about that. Yeah, Preordain does seem to be almost... Maybe I shouldn't have taken that out. I was just trying for that ultimate first turn, getting this sphere consistency combo with the drum. Probably could cut these 4 for a 4 package of Preordain. We'll see. Ground Rift, that's the one. Oh, but it still doesn't say lose flying. Without flying can't block. All right, well... Nah, not too special, but we'll keep. You gotta have a pretty flexible mindset when you're going second with this list, and hopefully you draw into something good. We haven't seen too many Thoughtcasts today. Uh-oh, is this a Fog Mill deck? We almost have no defense against this. Hey, that's pretty cool looking at this stage, right? I'm gonna learn from my mistake. Hold on. Let's get our zeros out first and see what we're dealing with here. I don't think it's possible, but we might be able to do something here. There's 4. Yeah, I'm wrong here, so I'm going to play the bridge, pass. Do the thing here. Next turn, Bastion Inventor. I'm getting old. Everybody is. Yeah, but I know my memory is usually a little bit better than that for old, ridiculous cards that I shouldn't remember. But maybe that's a sign that I got my priorities straight. I was thinking of the, it comes up about every 4 months in this show, that it shows Karn in the artwork. It's 2. It's the Sky Stone or something, and you sacrifice it, and I think all your creatures gain flying. I think I got that one right. We shall see. All right. First of all, let's see how much this is going to cost us. We're going to go here, 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 and here. We could probably find a 0 casting something rather there, but I'm not going to chance it. I want to start flying over and doing stuff next turn. Sky Shaper, that's the one. Ultra white border, never. I sure wish Bastion Inventor was an artifact. It would help so much because Welding Jar could keep it alive if they do have some sort of way to do it, but that rarely comes up outside of like a Crypt Rats. All right. What do we have here? Most likely to be countered. Cancel that. Let me put the Kitesail on the Inventor just so I can cast both of these spells next turn, or this turn. All right, we'll bring this out. It worked. Uh-oh. Is this a storm mechanic? Are we walking into Weather the Storm? Let's attack first. Probably just play Frogmite here. I'm really worried about a Weather the Storm here. That's going to put him at like 30. Don't have it, don't have it, don't have it. We played a lot of spells that turn. No! Oh, no. So much life. What a fitting cap to the end of a week. 31. Good news is we are attacking for 10 a turn, but they've probably got their little fog shenanigans, and hopefully it's not Tangle, because that's very frustrating. We'll go like this. I'll bring out one drum, pass. Sometimes Hellbent can be a real cool hand. Yeah, that pickleball tournament last week, my wife and I, the very first round, we went undefeated, and it was like, oh, we got this. You know, geez, all we got to do is win like 2 more games, but we went 1-2 the last 3 games, so we just missed first. That was very frustrating. Attack! Here we go, getting them. Any fogs? No fogs, okay. We'll cast another Myr Enforcer. Got lethal next turn, but they probably got their little fog lock going on here. Let me, speaking of that, write down what's going on. We do have Tormod's Crypts. We will draw these cards. They are countering their own spells. Good times. Suggest they don't have a fog mechanic here. Arcane Denial, very good card to use against yourself. Preordain, showing up. I think the best we've ever done with this list is a 4-1. Not in a league or anything, mind you, but certain metagames. Good luck, early Enforcer, all 0 draws, that sort of thing. Kitesail is pretty awesome, though. That Wings of Hubris is pretty sweet, too. Still want to play like a Kiln Fiend style stuff with Wings of Hubris or like Tireless Tribe, just for some weird little crazy value. Those kind of decks, the Glass Cannon style. Woo! Get some evasion early and then sack it. Go for it. Well, that's totally useless, isn't it? Oh, at the chance of... What's that? 12. Let's go for lethal. I really don't want to see Tangle here. We really need Dispel in this matchup. And Crypt. Yeah, there's the card we don't want to see. This is MTG. This is artifact abuse, I tell you. Let us get one win. Come on now. 2 turns of frustration. Here we go. Welding Jar will probably go for Tormod's Crypt. And we'll get rid of Krark for the spell, 3 Dispels, and that should do it. Are there any artifact lands? No. All right. Model the mixture. We'll see what they're finding here. I think this is a very underplayed card. Model the Mixture is just fantastic. Gotta watch out for psychic puppetry these days. All these flooding decks. Pretty cool metagame now, though. Kelly Kai's has a pretty cool rundown of how crazy the metagame shifts are on YouTube. Highly recommend that. Model the Mixture. Yeehaw. All right, it's another creature. Let's go. You know, I would argue that Tangle should not really work against flying creatures, especially ones with hexproof. Come on, that doesn't make any sense. As he gets more things, here we go. Well, if you want to have fun and have some vomitous turns, this is a very good list for that. But as we've seen today, it is very finicky. Over the last 4 days I've been playing this, about 50-50. A win, lose, but today it's been all lose. But I'm doing it for Chimpskey so we can stick around and have a quick show so he's still here. He's got the movie thing to go to. All right, let's hope they don't have another one because we're just attacking. And if they do, we'll just quit. Because we can't withstand another 2 turns smackaroni here. There it is. All right, you got us there. We'll bring in our counter magic and hopefully that will get us home. We had them right up against the fence, but they were waiting for it. Let's bring in these. Let's bring in these. No subjugations for us. Don't need scale, but it does help us accelerate, so it's a lot better than these. I'm also going to move the jar for that. Don't really need kite sails here. So I'm going to get rid of these because the jar is still a 0 artifact, and maybe I'll help accelerate into all this. So yeah, let's rock it. This might be it, especially if they tangle us again. I love this Dispel artwork. One of my favorites. Just love that little convex sphere that he's hiding inside of, and everything's arching around him and dissipating. That's pretty cool. A lot of different artwork for a Dispel. I believe this one's the best. Let's go. Yeah, I am not trusting the Oscars anymore. It's been like 4 or 5 years now. They've got too much of an agenda. It's like everybody votes on the same 3 or 4 movies, and this one was the worst. It was like there were 5. You would think if you were a visiting alien, there were 5 movies. Would you like to play first? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost. Got them all again. We will keep this hand. Keeping this hand. This is rough. I think we do this. I want that Dispel. I'm actually going to get... Gotta favor the acceleration here. It was just... You know, a lot of times there'll be like when Lord of the Rings won, right? It was nominated in most categories, but yet 4 other movies always were. This year it was just like, here's these 5 movies. Here's these 5 movies. And I've seen 2 or 3 of them and was like, they were okay, but they were not award worthy. My favorite movie of the year, God, I'd have to see a list. I haven't seen too many that were this year. I think my top 3 overall, I really like Amelie. I really like Ex Machina. That's tough after that. I really like Snatch. That's one of my favorite action style movies of all time. Bring this down. Let's get some more lands here. Bloop. All right, we'll do this. And we'll bring out a Tooth. I'm just doing this now so that the Weather the Storms don't hurt us as badly. Yeah, I know they've changed the rules. They have to watch them. I mean, what a novel concept, right? And who's going to enforce that? It's just a false headline. They're going to demand it. They're going to ask them if they watched it like they always do, and they're going to say yes, which they didn't, and then the same crap's going to happen. Oh, I would... Delphi Guru with Snatch, yes, and with Seven was a very good Brad Pitt movie, and Fight Club, obviously, but he's had quite a few stinkers recently, I have noticed. Do this now. Again, I'm just doing this just for sheer tempo's sake. I'm going to see if I can do this without tapping our our dude here. Let's go like this. Pay 1. Pay 1. How much more we got to do here? This and this. All right, cool. I just wanted to get in 1 damage with our Ornithopter here. Hiya! I thought Inglorious was okay. However, I listened to 2 podcasts this week on Richard Rodriguez, the filmmaker from Dusk Till Dawn and all that. And even if you're not a filmmaker, Lex Friedman had him on, and then Joe, and they're very similar podcasts. But really recommend the Lex Friedman won the most. But just fascinating individual. I wasn't too into his movies ever, like his tenacity, but after you hear, you'll be a fan of his after you hear that podcast. I just highly recommend it, even if you're not into movies. Just some really cool life advice and stuff. Very awesome. All right, let's go. Attacking. We'll do these 2 dudes. And we shall do some stuff here. Pop. Really need some. The only reason we're attacking well here is because we got rid of the Dispel, but now I really want to find it. I'll take a chance. We'll do this. Podcast with Brad. Yeah, that could work, huh? All right. Another accumulated shows up. I don't know. We didn't see any Moment's Peace. Might need to wait on Tormod's Crypt for that, but how cool does Tormod's Crypt artwork look? I love that. Just like 2 colors. That's your color palette. Have fun. Yeah, Once Upon a Time was very good. Yeah, Tarantino's usually got pretty... Although I revisited Reservoir Dogs and it felt a lot slower than I remembered. I know some of you are like, blasphemy, but it did. What do I do here, guys? I don't want to get tangled. I just attack maybe with 1. I think I'm just going to attack with this. Respect it while I don't have it. I'll tooth it. That way I can at least attack for 3 next turn. Fortunately, I got to kind of do it this way. Really want to see a Moment's Peace show up here so I can wax the graveyard here. Or just draw a Dispel so I can stop these shenanigans. Nature's Claim. Well, I'm just going to do this in response. Kind of a weird play. No soup for you. Yeah, I'm a big Nolan fan, so yeah, Inception's got to be on my top 5. I love Inception. Interstellar's right there. I just saw Memento for the first time and I didn't really like it. It's like a movie you have to have notes or take out a notepad and keep things straight. So it's not everything he's done. Like Tenet, I wasn't a real big fan of. Got better as I watched it again, but yeah, it's hard not to like a Nolan film. All right, let's attack here again with just the 1. I'll do this 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm just gonna come over with 1. There's the Tangle. All right, I probably should have attacked with 2. What was I thinking? Then I could do that. All right. I'm going to play both these out just because I don't have to worry about Weather the Storm now. If you want a good horror movie on Netflix, there's one called The Ritual. That one really held up. I really like that one. Some Norwegian filmmakers. And a lot of the scariest stuff out there is those, where my roots are from, Chimpskey and such. You get up into the Baltic Sea area. They know how to make a good scary movie. Woo! I guess all those generations of warning kids stay out of the forest, right? Let's attack again. This was the plan after all. In case they have another Nature's Claim, let's attack with at least 2 creatures. Do that. I guess we'll break up the damage. I'll pass on horror with a name like Mindstab. Who is this? Oh, I haven't even heard of that Mtmentat. It's funny when I like go to my brother's house and I'll turn on Netflix and it's all these other shows. I'm like, where are these? Because they know what you like and they kind of sift things away from you and stuff. So sometimes it's good to reset the algorithm there. Draw a card. Got him to 5. Let's see what we can do. Make sure to attack with 2 things. Nature's Claims got me a little worried. Yeah, horror movies, I hate the jolty, like, startle scares. That's just cheap to me, but The Thing is a really good, it's aged a little bit because of the effects, but it's still, that's a brilliant little movie, especially the ending and don't really know what's going down. Yeah, I thought Amelie was a masterpiece back when it came out. Still highly watchable. That's true, Iso. Yeah, the old effects are part of the charm, for sure. Trying to come up with other movies here since we're all being cinephiles here. All right, that is useless. Play this just cuz. Let's attack with these 2. I was playing against you shortly, BW Blade. Thanks for the games. Yeah, we've been having a rough day here. You were one of the many people. We've lost every game 1-2 today, so it's been one of those days. Not that this deck's supposed to go 4-1 or 5-0, but usually I can squeak by with a 2-3 or a 3-2 outing. All right, what shenanigans is this? Oh, man. All right, well, no sense in using that on that. We'll just chill out here. Looks like we're headed for 0-5. If things don't improve here, we'll yield through the rest of this turn. Save our life total. Need to get a Thoughtcast going on and then walk into a Dispel so we can at least stop one of these things. Maybe another Crypt if they're leaning on their graveyard for that. Here we go. Yeah, technically could have saved that with a Welding Jar had I played it, but that would have also added a Storm, and they'd be at 20 by now. That's frustrating. You prepare for the metagame, and then somebody brings Fog. Yeah, the Ricky Buckets, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, this deck can... I've gotten, I've had turns where the person thinks it's the greatest thing ever and they need to know the list right now, and I always calm them down. I'm like, chill out. I go for every one of these. There's 8 other hands that are medium to slow or just kind of like what we're doing now. But yeah, it can absolutely vomit the game into victory on turn 1, and it's, I guess, a Charbelcher style. A lot of people say that. We'll bring this out. Attack with 2 creatures, as is the way. There's no desert in play, so we'll do this. We'll be toothing that. And Tingle shows up. Okay, so we can still attack with Chiss-Goria next. No attackies for us. We still haven't really seen their kill card, but it's not very surprising that it's probably going to be the... what is that? An old dude with the little half head over here. I forget what the name of the card is. Come on, list. Where's our Thoughtcasts? We've only had 1. We're not looking into any other draw mechanics here. It'd be nice if we saw Tormod's Crypt even. Stream of Thought. That's the one. Hey, look at this. Did they mess up? Wins the match. Well, on paper, technically, we had 2 quitters, so we could say we went 3-2, but we all know I really went 0-5 in that one. They were probably just tired of fogging us to death. So here's where this sits as of now. Really wish we had an earned victory today. We did not. Might be a little too heavy in the paint with Kitesail. Maybe these could go sideboard since Golgotha's not really a thing anymore. It's just really nice with Kitesail to be able to throw them on these and have an instant way of clearing the yard sort of thing. But yeah, this could easily be 4 preordains. You lose 1 Kitesail. These could find a way home in the sideboard, but that's how it goes, right? You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you lose them all. Sometimes you win them all. So yeah, anyway, I'll be online as per usual most of the day today. Maybe tinkering with this, trying to get it to work a little bit better. But thanks for hanging out. Chimpskey, I'm glad I finished fast enough so we could have you for the whole show. But until next week, everybody, I'm going to roll out here with, what shall we see? Let's go to the Zodiac. We haven't done that in a while. A little Gray Merchant action for you. See if you line up your year of birth with the Gray Merchant. Until next week, everybody, this is deluxeicoff signing off. Thanks for hanging out. Adios.